My name's Haley Besworth, and I have been working on a Genius Hour project. So first of all, Genius Hour is this really cool concept that Google came up with where they allow their employees 20% of their day or their work day to work on a passion project of theirs. This really just increases like happiness, creativity, efficiency, productivity. Like, it's just a really wicked concept. Schools have been implementing this in the classroom, allowing students the time to work on passion projects, and it's called Genius Hour. What I think is great about Genius Hour is the fact that you're allowed to work on your own passions, and you can kind of develop a feel for what your interests are, what you eventually maybe want to go into in terms of like career or future projects. When I graduated high school and went to university, I was 17 years old. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I definitely enjoyed my undergrad in media and film studies. I'm really not using that anymore as I'm now in teachers college. I actually had to go back to school to take extra courses. So I feel like maybe if I had an opportunity to do a Genius Hour project in middle school or high school, I could have just really kind of uncovered what I was passionate about, what my interests were, and maybe it would have led me to teaching a little bit earlier on. Another great aspect of Genius Hour is that it allows students to practice working independently, doing their own research, their own inquiry. It'll just let them learn how to plan tasks, goals, accomplish those goals, all of that at an early age, and they'll be doing it more frequently, more efficiently, and more effectively. So that's a good part of Genius Hour as well. Okay, so now time for me to tell you about my Genius Hour project. We all know someone who has traveled the world. We know someone who hasn't even left the country. We know someone who travels for a living. We know someone who frequents resorts for their type of travel. We're always talking about traveling, whether it's in the classroom. Oh, students, what did you do over your summer break? Oh, you went to Italy with your family. Amazing. Or it's at work. Oh, Jim, how'd you spend your 2-week vacation time? Oh, you went to Cabo? Oh, must have been an amazing time. And you always know someone who has traveled to a place that you want to go, or someone you know knows someone who knows someone. So it's all very interconnected. What else do we know about travel? It takes all of our money, but that doesn't mean it's not worth it. It's definitely still worth it. With keeping in mind the fact that I don't want to end up homeless, I travel as much as I can. I would not say at all that I am an expert traveler or travel expert. I feel like when you relate expertise to traveling, it kind of relates to budget, geography, how to save money on flights, bargain when you're down there, the best hotels or hostels. Or I'm definitely not an expert in those areas, I would say. I mean, I have experience doing them, and I'm also extremely directionally challenged. Ask any of my friends who I've traveled with. I try and stick to my budget, and I try and find good deals and go grocery shopping, but I'm also the type of person, when I'm in the moment, money seems to just fall out of the sky and there's no limits. So in terms of budgeting and bargaining, maybe not one of my strongest traveling attributes. Despite not being a travel expert, this Genius Hour project has kind of led me to tailor the trip exactly to my personal needs and wants and wishes and desires. That's what kind of shaped my knowledge on planning a trip. That's what really like stood out to me, what I really took away from the project. And that can be broken down into 3 facets. The first important part of planning a trip that is catered exactly to you is face-to-face communication. Just asking people, talking to people. That's really how you kind of find the best places to eat, the most fun hostels, little hidden hikes or activities, businesses that are family owned and the owners are amazing, all that kind of stuff. You find that out through people who have been there, people who have experienced it, people who have loved it. The second facet is internet research. We talk about the internet all the time. The internet is just so integrated into our education and our society, so why not utilize it? There are blog posts, there are articles, there are vlogs, videos. You want to find something out about where to travel or what to do when you're traveling, you'll find it on the internet. It's almost like that face-to-face communication where you're finding out those hidden treasures, those hidden gems, but it's all online. Finally, tailor the trip to yourself. I found when I was traveling, I met a ton of amazing people, but the one negative thing to that is that you'll meet someone who just did exactly what you're about to do, and they may not have had the best experience and they may not have loved it, and they're probably going to, in a positive and caring way, tell you to avoid doing that activity. They're looking out for you, but you also need to stick true to your heart and your gut. Believe it or not, all humans are not the same. We all have different likes and dislikes. Our attitudes shape things differently, so we experience things differently. So don't 100% go by what other people are telling you. Figure it out for yourself. So that's definitely a really important part of traveling. Just listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. What I found is really shaping my trip, which, by the way, I didn't even tell you yet. My trip is to Switzerland and Holland. This is kind of a big trip for me. I actually have my Swiss citizenship. I have family in Switzerland, and my dad is Dutch, as is my Oma. That's how he's Dutch. And she passed away 2 years ago, which is crazy. It feels like yesterday. And traveling to Holland, kind of in her honor, but also I had never got to go. I really wanted to go with her. It's just a really important milestone in my life. What stood out to me most was my personal need to integrate family history, my current family members that are in those countries, and things that, specifically for Holland, my Oma did when she used to go there every single summer. She went there every summer. She did bike tours, bike rides. She stayed with the same cousins that I'll be staying with. She ate at certain places. Just that kind of stuff is really going to shape my trip. My parents just went to Switzerland last summer. Their experiences are gonna shape my experiences. Not in that negative way that I said about don't listen to others because you should follow your heart. What's in their heart is kind of in my heart, as cheesy as that sounds. So talking to them really shaped how I planned my trip. So I guess the whole point of this video is to reiterate that you should cater your traveling planning to your personal needs, wishes, and wants. Whether it's to work on your fitness and go hiking through Cinque Terre in Italy, to go to Bali to learn how to surf, to go to Australia to find maybe the love of your life, I don't know. Whatever it is, let that be the guiding force behind the planning of your trip, so that when you get there, it's already instilled in everything that you'll be doing. And like I said, mine is focused on family. So that's exactly what all of my planning is centered around. And then I'm assuming that will be exactly what my experiences will be like when I am traveling in those countries. Yeah, so that's that. Go traveling. Go traveling. It's literally the best thing ever.